Alright, so let's count some comics then. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this when it comes to setting up the cameras and all that kind of thing. And even if anyone's going to be actually interested in looking at what my comic collection is like. But I'm just going to start doing it and see how I get on. Right, so let's have a look. Okay, so here's my shelves. I showed these already. I think it's best if I start downstairs. It's easier to get to these comics. So let's start with the top shelves. I'm going to take out that box there on the top left corner. I'm going to go through it today and see what it holds. And obviously you're going to count them and make a running total. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for a pile at a time, look through them all, then going to go upstairs and get all the long boxes from upstairs. It's going to take quite a long time. Maybe it will build interest. If you've got any comments, just yeah, put them in the box below, and yeah, let me know what you think. What would be a good idea? What you'd like to see about my comics, if anything. Hey there, it's me again, Grey Man. Named after a DC Lord of Chaos, I believe. Or was it Lord of Order? I can't remember now. The Grey Man. But yeah, from a very old Justice League of America. That's what my channel is named after. Also, my name is Graham, so that's the Grey Man. Yeah, whatever. You know, you make up these things as you go along. Right, so I don't want to give you another introduction before I've already introduced this video. Right, so this box has been sitting up in my room for ages and there's dust all over it, and I'm allergic to house dust mites, so let's just give that a little bit of a clean before we open up the box. So I've looked on my comics. I didn't realise it's been 5 years now since I stopped collecting comics. 5 years I've not bought any new comics in. I bought a few graphic novels, not many, but yeah. So I'm just going to go through the boxes one at a time and see what I've got. Okay, this looks familiar. Ah yes, Hero. Dial H for Hero. This is quite a few of them. Collecting the sold out issues 1 and 2 on that one. That's interesting. But this is from the old Dial H for Hero comics from. But they weren't actually a title. I think they appeared in like an anthology or something like that. But yeah, I think I must have the full run of this. This wasn't bad. I think yeah, 1 and 2. I didn't realise that 1 and 2 in one comic book. I must have not caught them when they first initially came out, and somehow I got 1 and 2 together. I've never seen that before, actually. I don't remember seeing it at the time. But yeah, it was a thing apparently. Right. Yeah, so here it's a 1 and 2 all in one comic. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you know how to count. Just make sure I've got a full run. I ain't got nothing missing. 8, 9, 10. Not bad art. 11. I think with this run of the comic books, in the original one that I remember seeing, it was it Vicky Vale? No, it wasn't Vicky Vale. For some reason I think it was Vicky, but I don't think it probably wasn't. I can't remember. No, there's two, a man and a woman, a boy and a girl, because they were like teenagers, in Fairfax was the name of the town they were in, I remember that much. And they had the hero dial each, and when they dialed in HERO for hero, they would become a superhero. People would write in to sort of, you know, say, you know, give superhero ideas. They'd write in, and they'd use them in the comic books, and also supervillains. So they'd give a different supervillain every week. And the heroes, the boy and the girl. I saw one of them was called Vicky. I can't remember the other guy's name now. But I was looking at a comic the other day, and I've forgotten what their names are already. But anyway, I'll probably do a blog for this show. I'll do a blog for every one of these shows, and I'll put any information that I forget now in the blog. So make sure you check out the blog. The link will be down below, yeah? Okay, so yeah, but in this run of the comics, rather than two characters holding the dials, the hero dials for all time, the dial is one dial, and it gets passed around from people to people. So it looks like in this comic here, obviously this person was a bloke, and he's used the hero dial and turned into a woman. But don't worry, it only lasts for an hour. At least it normally did anyway. I'm assuming that's the same characters. They're talking about the toilet seat. Don't forget to leave the seat down. Okay. I might have to, well, the idea would be for me to start reading these comics again. It's been a long while since I've actually properly read any comics. I was getting a little bit disillusioned with comics, to be honest. You know, costing so much money, and I don't know, just fed up with superheroes getting killed all the time. That was You know, when your favourites get killed off just so they can launch a new crossover, it gets a little bit annoying. Yeah, I think I finessed that. A little bit annoying, yeah. I managed to say that without swearing. Yeah, so how many of these have we got? 22. I'm assuming that is the full run. Yeah, this finished in 05. Wow, I didn't realise it was to say it was 13 years ago now, these comics. Isn't it weird how time, just doesn't measure up in your head to what you think it is? You know, you just look back and you think, oh, how long ago was that? And then you realise it was over a decade and you think, wow. Alright, and I can see already in the box, Sandman Mystery Theatre. Oh, it seems to be that's interesting. I don't remember having a graphic novel of that. I thought I must have picked it out first before moving on to the comic book or something. I thought I collected it all. I've got 1 and 2 here of the Tarantula. Now, the first one's the Tarantula, the second one's got the Face and the Brute. But the Sandman Mystery Theatre, he's the old World War II superhero. We used to be in the Justice Society of America as well. Yeah, cool character. Just the gas mask and his gas gun. He's a real iconic looking character. The old trench coat and the fedora. Classic, really, that kind of era. But yeah, and also really good comic as well, actually. Matt Wagner apparently was the writer, and it was kind of like it says Mystery Theatre. Basically, it was a detective, kind of like a vigilante stroke detective. Him and his girlfriend would solve crimes, kind of thing. But they've got a bit of an not concurrent run here. So I've got number 1, number 4, number 6. This is why I got the graphic novels, I assume. Number 7, 8, 9. See that, the Comic Shack, that was my local comic shop at the time. That closed down a while ago. That's probably one of the... No, actually, I did carry on collecting after they closed down. But I used to spend about over £100 a month on comics. Yeah, and it just got a bit silly in the end. Right. I think this could be... The rest of this might all be Sandman Mystery Theatre. And I would definitely recommend these. They're very dark. Very pulp kind of... looking, very adult situations and storylines, but then it's Vertigo, so you can expect that with Vertigo. I don't think it'd work as well without that darkness, to be honest. So yeah, really cool read. Interesting art as well, that I recall. Yeah, this one hasn't got any packaging on it, so let's just have a look at the art. There you go. There's some of the artwork. See if I can find you any gruesome bits. Yeah, it had dreams. He had dreams and like more like visions, like vision dreams, and he'd sought to stop the whatever he dreamed about from coming to pass. And his gas gun would induce like a sleep-like state on people. I think he could sort of when they were in that sleep, so they had like a slightly suggestive kind of state, and they would talk about stuff that they wouldn't talk about normally, as if I recall. There we go. Looks like he's getting confronted by a killer at the end of that one. Right, let's just run through these quickly. Yeah, here's another one. Another one without any. To be honest, when I was first collecting, I never knew about the plastic sleeves and all that. Some of my older comics have got a bit of not quite so good condition. They've got a bit of spine roll, that kind of thing, because of the fact I wasn't really dealing with them very well. Yeah, most of these, I recall, I think they were like 4-parters. So it was like an ongoing series of like 4 parts. It'd always be a new serial killer that had come to New York. 30s or 40s New York? I think it was 30s. This originally starts in the 30s. I think this might have originally been before the Second World War. This one is based. I remember the World's Fair is featured in one of the stories, which I think was their World's Fair. Was that 38, 39? I'm pretty sure it was the end of the 30s. So let's look at some things. Dr. Death. Night of the Butcher. See, £1.50 on that one back in 1995. £1.50. comics like that now probably be like £2.50 or something. It's just it's too much. 4 comics for a tenner. I can't afford that anymore. I can't justify it. And I'm running out of room as well. Anyway, yeah, we've got the Night of the Butcher. Oh, Hourman, the other Justice Society of America characters in this one. That's right. I forgot. Occasionally he'd bump into fellow, his Hourman. That's like Sandman, isn't it? But a different face mask on. That's Hourman. There you go. Nearly messed that up. Hourman, the Python. The Mist. Some of them are upside down. I think that's so they, more of the Mist. Phantom of the Fair. This is the World's Fair one. Yeah, I remember that. 4-part mystery novel continuing this issue. Shocking true life crime, suggested for mature readers. Says it all. There was a fair bit of nudity. There were some definitely themes that wouldn't be good for kids. Let's just pour these out. Because of these 2 comics that are in this, it's just Hero. Dull H for Hero. It was just called Hero actually, and Sandman Mystery Theatre. I would definitely recommend Sandman Mystery Theatre as the better read, more longevity of a read. It's a comic that you remember afterwards. Whereas that Hero one was alright at the time. I think it was fairly interesting. It was cool to see different people getting hold of the Hero dial and what they did with it. But but not as memorable as the Sandman Mystery Theatre one. So I'm not sure. Oh, Black Hawk is another classic DC character. The old Polish pilot, leader of the Black Hawk's flying team. You see the style of the artwork on it. They look just like different from this one. Looks like actual pictures, like photographs. These ones look like stage photographs. I'm not too sure if they are, either that or just someone who's a really good drawer. But just look at they're just interesting pages, interesting covers. I think they're sort of like suggestive of an older era. I think that's probably what they were going for with this one. Like you can imagine these being like the old pulp periodicals, the kind of thing that the Sandman would have come out looking like back in the day. The Canon, Act 1 of 4 again. Only 90p, woo! Wouldn't get a comic for 90p nowadays. Right. I remember the Canon, he was actually a canon as in a religious kind of guy, like a vicar or something. But he was actually fighting crime, I think, as an alter ego called the Canon, I believe, if that's what I remember correctly. But yeah, quite bloodthirsty. A lot of nasty deaths going on. People being dumped in sewers and being chopped up, and crimes of a sexual nature and that kind of thing. Also, I was talking to you about Sandman's dreams. They were kind of influenced by the other Sandman from DC. You know, the other Vertigo DC character who was the Lord of Dreams. I can't remember what the Lord of Dreams of the Endless, wasn't it? Or was it the Endless they were called? The Death and Dream and Destiny and Delirium. Yeah, by I had it in my brain. Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman did that one, didn't he? Very popular, and basically it was the idea kind of came out that the Sandman from the Endless was sending the dreams to this Sandman. Yeah, and he was acting upon them. Yeah. Didn't go into it too much in detail in the actual comics, but it was, I think it was more suggested. It was definitely suggested somewhere. I do remember seeing it. Stephen T. Seagal, he started taking over the writing. I think it must be quite early for him actually. I know the name, but I'm not too sure what else he's done. That's the thing with me. I'm terrible at remembering people. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know what a brain drain I am. I can't remember hardly anything. But yeah. Here's a special Sandman Midnight Theatre, and that's written by Neil Gaiman. Yeah, there you go. There's the Sandman of the Endless. If you can see that, all right. There's the Sandman of the Endless, and then there's the Sandman underneath from this. Goes more into depth about. I've not read it recently, so I can't tell you for sure. But obviously, that touches on the relation between the two Sandmen. Oh, nudity alert! Nudity alert! We have boobage. Sorry, how old am I? I'm a child, right? And this was like an annual, yeah. And there's an annual with Matt Wagner and Stephen T. Seagal working on that one. So it must have a few stories on it. That's from 1994, so it's a rather old comic now. But anyway, that's that box. I didn't actually count them. I will count them and put it in the blog how many there were, and I'll be doing the running total of my titles. A running title total. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but that's it. That's that box. I'll be going through every single one of my boxes at a future time. Maybe I'll do one a week. Maybe I'll just do them when I can be bothered, because it's quite a task. I'm not sure how well their videos will come out. But cheers for watching anyway, and sub my channel and all that. Check out my blog. Bye.